Hello, and welcome to the Become Your Magic Power Hour special 7 p.m. edition. So, how are you guys doing? You know, the Power Hour is for us to come together from Monday through Friday. Normally, every day of the week is from 12 to 1 p.m. Today, as it is voting day, I decided to do it at 7 p.m., hoping that most of us has already voted. I was lucky enough to have been smart enough to win, been lucky enough to win as an early voter, because I hear that there's a lot of places that didn't even have that opportunity or privilege. So I'm just grateful that I was able to get some other stuff out of the way. But today is about us. Mute that, babe. Find that remote. The good thing about today's show, we're talking about sitting in the waiting room. And that's what we are doing right now, right? We're waiting on the verdict. You like my shirt, you guys? Vote because we can. See how beautiful that is? You can get this if you like. Order it. Today, special, you can get it for $25. So if you Cash App, $P words, or PayPal, you can get this shirt. But anyway, right now we're going to talk about, you found it?
I found it wrong.
Oh. I know, that's me. It's right there too. So right now what we're doing is we want to know how you feel if you voted. What's so amazing about this live now that I know have the ability to do is no matter where you are, if you voted today or you voted already and you just want to share with us what it is that you are feeling while you're waiting. Are you anxious? Are you confident? Are you nervous? How will you react if it goes your way or doesn't go your way? What is the feeling that we're in right now, right, in this waiting time? And so I think it's a conversation that we need to have. And so, like I said, if you're interested in sharing live, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. I can send you a link and invite you on, and you can have a conversation so you don't have to text it all in. And so if you like, listen, I would like to share my opinion. I like to share my experience, if you're a first-time voter. I mean, what was that experience like, right? And do you think your vote matters whether you win or lose? Because we do understand that at the end of the night or, at the end of the day, let's just say that there's going to be a side that is winning and that there's going to be a side that is losing. And so the question is, how are we feeling? How are we planning to move forward past this conclusion? And so as always, we do wait for the first 15 minutes before we get into the topic. And let me share into my groups. Give me some time. And if you are watching, please share. Join the conversation. How have you guys been living out there? How has life been treating you? Have you been clocking into you? Are you hiring yourself? Do you know about that challenge? Wonder how has the I hire myself challenge? Give them some reviews on that. How has it been working for yourself? Ooh, okay.
It has been going good.
Explain the challenge? Let me see. Let me see how good of a student he has been. Well, explain to them, what is the 30-day I hire myself challenge all about?
Because I'm already lazy. I've been able to do a lot of things though, but I've been doing the whole 8 hours. I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing 8 hours because I've been relaxing 6 and working about 2 out of 8 hours. So I guess it only take me 2 hours to do what I need to do. So I got a lot of things done, like my menu. I finally got my menu done. I went and got some supplies.
Hey, Pumpkin. I gotta get to the comments.
I got supplies I needed, stuff like that. So I was able to get work done in this last week.
Present.
What about you?
Oh, you know what I learned, Tanisha? Please, if you want to let us know about how you're feeling or whatever, you are welcome to join us. You just put on your little lipstick. I know you're already cute or whatever. and just get your camera, and I can invite you on the live, and you can actually join the conversation and let us know with your own words how have this experience been and how you're feeling. So I wanted to put that out there. If you are watching now and you are interested in sharing your perspective from your own mouth, please let me know in the comments, and I will send you a link in your messenger. You just have to hit that link and you can join the conversation. So yeah, but it's really about us being super intentional with our vote, and just our voice, even far beyond our vote, right? Knowing that in order for us to really get the life that we deserve, we're gonna have to start beginning to vote for ourselves daily, every day. Not just for who's going to be president, but basically vote for my voice to be heard. Because when I began to listen to people's sides, it's all other people's perspective. So I was just saying, until we get into a government where we are voting between a party of Republicans, a party of Democrats, a party of independents, a party of regular people, right? A mayor, right, from each state. Until we are beginning to kind of do it with that mindset, I don't think we are really being fair for the United States of America, because one person can never be the voice of so many people. And it's just a popularity contest at the end of the day.
It's a mukbang.
It's a mukbang. He over here snagging up, ain't he? He over here snagging up. Mukbang. And so I think we got to be super intentional about sharing our perspective, because if we got different presidents in that big old White House instead of one idea, then we can come to solutions for everybody. Because when one person wins, somebody else loses, right? And if it's the United States of America, I think we should come to the table of solutions so that we all can win, so we can overstand each other. Because the reason why we don't get each other's perspective is because we haven't walked a mile in each other's shoes. And so unless I'm deciding that there will be a president that represents me in there, and a president that represents you in there, and a president that represents him in there, and that everybody sit at the table so that we can share stories of perspective, because other people's opinions are really perspectives, how they've been raised, what they've learned, what they believe to be so, not really their experience, right? And so if I got in a room with this person and I share my perspective, I renew his mind. And so when God said to renew our minds and to speak and use words and they're powerful, it's because when I speak my story, I change your perspective. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can't see from me. You can't see through my eyes. You can't feel my pain. And so it's important that we understand that until it's a lot of them at the table representing everybody's voice, then we're really still voting against what we're here to do. Why? Because we're taking advantage of each other's feelings, right? Because I got more friends, or because I'm more popular, or you know what I mean? And so too many people lose in order for one person to win, or a group of people to win. And that's what we've been doing wrong for so long. Until we start making sure we find solutions so everybody can feel heard and can win, and that we can each fight for our experiences by sharing our voice, by voting every day in our lives. Because every time you spread your opinions and your perspective, you make room for somebody else to see it differently. Until you see it differently, I think that was the wave of the world when George Floyd, when we lost George Floyd the way we did, that they, for one time, with a million stories, it was like, I saw it differently. Like, sometimes people really don't get what you're saying. They really are so far removed from your reality, and it's frustrating that they don't, but it takes conversations of real moments. And so removing the shame and getting your lane allows people to see the humanity and why you feel the way you feel. And so if I don't tell my story, how can God get the glory, right? Same idea. If we don't go into the rooms and vote every day to renew somebody's mind, then we get stuck in these positions where we are fighting against each other, which is what the destruction of the world is about right now. Is so much discourse, right? We're not meshing because everybody has an agenda. Everybody wants to be heard, but nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to come up with solutions that benefit everybody. Is who's next? And it just, people are suffering in silence while they're waiting to be next. And so that's why I was thinking about sitting in a waiting room, waiting on a verdict. It's like you're waiting on that answer. Am I pregnant or not? You know, like, what's going on? You're waiting. It's the most anxious time because you don't know what choices that you made that are now going to affect you while you're waiting on the verdict, right? What chores, if you're at the doctor's, you want to know, did my bad eating habits catch up to me finally? Did that smoking habit catch up to me finally? Did that late night eating catch up to me finally? What habits are about to catch me in the waiting room as I'm sitting there? Anxious about the decisions that I made thus far. Anxious about the choices that I have actually chosen in my life thus far. Anxious about all of those things. So I want to know, are you anxious because maybe you didn't show up? Are you anxious because maybe you are afraid? What is that? Oh, hold your hand. What did they say? Those inspirational speakers be like, I was cracking up one day, like, really? So, Rondell, go ahead. Listen, I'm just babbling on. Are we even 15 minutes in yet? No. See, we ain't even got to the topic, and I'm talking. Look, hey, boo. Oh yes, I'm about to get my book tomorrow. What you saying, Tanisha? Oh, okay, cool. Not tonight though. One day soon. No, I was just talking about this conversation. Listen to this little girl. Hi guys. Hey, Vivian. And so, yeah, at the end of the day, did you vote? Who voted? If you voted, put in the caption, I voted. I voted.
And why?
I voted. And why did you vote? Why did you vote? So did you vote? Did you make your voice count? Do you think your voice matters?
Who really did research?
That's a good point. How much personal research was done before you made your vote?
That's what I'm saying. Trump 2020.
Boy, shut up. Well, we voted. Well, me and Essence voted Biden. We can. I can only speak for us.
It's in the stars, man. It's in
the stars.
It's in Revelations. My cousin said it.
What's your cousin say?
Trumpets. He wasn't talking about the instrument.
Tanisha, you voted?
Like the trumpet instrument. He was talking about trumpets. That's when they said when the trumpet sound
that Jesus is coming. That the new
sound is
the new world order.
They blew the whistle. Donald Trump and them boys. Donald Trump and Pence blew the whistle on that pedophilia stuff.
Yes. So let's hit that.
That's what that came
Tanitra, yes, I voted. She made her voice count.
Man.
Vivian, I voted. She made her voice count. Come on, shout out to you making your voice count. And actually, it doesn't matter. Star voted. She made her voice count. And I think what I'm very clear on, and now I understand why people say it doesn't matter who you voted for. That's just a distraction. It is the fact that you made sure that you went to make your voice count, that you made sure to go make what you thought mattered, right? And sometimes a lot of people use the excuse if they vote and it doesn't turn out their way, they think that their vote doesn't matter. But every time,
what if it's prophecy though? What if it ain't just about voting? What if it's prophecy? It don't matter who voted what.
I think that
amount of people, whoever's supposed to vote voted, and whoever ain't. Like, what if it's already prophecy?
Oh, Tanisha told me I gotta get me some more friends shaking my head.
Oh, I said Trump 2020. She's crazy.
We will not know for days yet. You know we don't. You know we're not. We're about to be sitting on a stool waiting around, sitting in the waiting room, waiting on the verdict. But this is serious. It's serious on so many levels. It's serious on just people getting in action. It's serious in realizing at the end of the day that until you actually start making the decisions in the states that you are in, you are losing out by only coming out for the presidency. It is so many more levels. And so your mayors, your governors, your all of your local officials. Those people are really the people who are setting in stone these laws that are setting in stone the way you're being treated, right? Because they are going after your need. They are supposed to be your voice. And a lot of us don't hold them accountable. Go ahead.
Yeah, you were saying like your local governments. Like, I don't like the way that they handle people in the courthouse. If you don't have a lawyer, I don't like the way they handle
until
people.
Trump.
It's very
Trump up more votes.
It's very unprofessional how those judges and public the daggone with the prosecutors or the DA assistant DAs. They talk and handle to the people in the courthouse. They're there to do business. Mm-hmm. If you're there to do business, there's a certain business etiquette that you're supposed to have. They don't have it. But when I looked at the judges, when I vote for judges, nobody was even running against these people. These people just, and then what that tells me, man, they can do whatever they want to do. It don't matter. There was one name on there: District 3, District 4, District 2 judge, Superior Court judge, or what's the name? Judge. It was one name. Nobody else even ran against them. So with that being said, like she was saying, man, if you want change, you got to start right in your local area first.
Yeah.
That's what needs to be done.
Because by the time they get to the president, they signing really off.
You.
Yeah.
Your local government is what really affects you hands-on every day. So you need to get that straightened out.
And so we're sitting in the waiting room now worrying about a verdict because of the missed opportunities up until this point. You know, you're feeling out of control because we sleep too long and we have faith, but we're not working. You know,
a lot of those positions, like, people don't know, man. Like, if you ran for like a lot of these elected positions, you don't have to have a degree. You don't have to be a lawyer to be a judge. A judge, as long as you can read and write, you can be a judge.
I'm trying to tell you, Vivian, they all slimy snakes. I mean, really, they are. And honestly,
Donald Trump has Muhammad Ali Image Award. Joe Biden doesn't. Y'all know y'all used to watch The Apprentice, man. Y'all listen, man. Y'all let these people brainwash y'all about the Donald. Come on now. Just stop and think for a second. Y'all know y'all was watching The Apprentice. That's how we know Omarosa from The Apprentice. Come on, man.
I'm not gonna lose my voice today.
That man hung out with Mike Tyson and Tupac. Stop it. He wasn't no racist. He just don't like people. That's all. And he's real petty.
Some of them can work and get paid until they are next to death, 90 years and older. Yeah. And that's the problem. The way, and that's what I'm saying. Those systems. We need to start voting out having one president. Like, we need to come outside of, like, they're always going to be in control. If we really want to take control, we need to start actually changing these rules that no longer work. Because in all of these presidencies, we're on president 45, potentially going into 46 or staying on 45. And so at this time, the big issue is that these presidencies, we gotta learn, and we gotta start voting on the other parts. We gotta start voting on the growth. We gotta start voting on basically before we're at this last pace. You know, where everybody's fighting amongst each other because it's yours against mine and perspective and you know, it's just like, it's crazy. I think that because people don't know how to do delivery, we miss their point. We miss their point.
They calling the man Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, he's very disrespectful. He's very disrespectful. Very disrespectful.
But I think he got a team of people that know what they're doing, though. He listened to his team. It ain't really him. I don't think he's that intelligent.
Star says it's his mouth. And yes, he's super petty. When you too petty, that's dangerous because you don't have a limit to how far you will go. Yeah. But you know what else it is? It lets you see your enemy.
Yo, but
because some people don't know how far we don't know, but he petty. So the minute he is feeling,
laws, no way.
We know that's true. That's why I'm saying we got to start voting.
Which one of y'all congressmen did you vote for? I voted against Tom Tillis. He's terrible. He's in North Carolina. I voted against him. I can't remember the lady's name who I voted for. anybody besides him. Like, you know who the ones you need to get up out of Congress. Just vote. I don't care. Vote the other way. It don't matter who the president is. It's who's in that Congress, congressional seats. Man, we gotta get them people up out that Senate.
Yeah. And that's why, because just think, years ago before Trump got in, before Trump went into office, we won with our vote for Hillary. And he took it anyway. Why? Because of the people that you guys got in position in your states. So us going out, the numbers are we looking on electoral. So it's like understanding that, changing those things. So it's like they just watch us argue back and forth for them to decide what they was going to do anyway. You see what I'm saying? Because I still don't get these numbers. It just should be just like American Idol. 100 million votes came in, and this is the answer. This other way they do it is really like, are they really allowing us to decide, or they just want to distract us while we argue, while they just get money and they embezzle all that money doing campaigns, everybody. I mean, when did it cost so much to travel? Why is they needing that much money just to say, I want to help you? Well, if you use some of that money you traveled around the world on trying to campaign for me, maybe I would vote for you. Should have came in here and paid all the bills over here. They struggling. Maybe I would vote for you. But put your money where your mouth is. Hey. You're spending billions of dollars for us to pick between the lesser of evils, and who are they really representing, really? I don't know. Because can one person really keep the right mindset for days at a time without flipping the script? If I went into your closet or I went to your house after you finished preaching, would I think you were a pastor? If I heard how you was cussing out them kids. You know what I'm saying? If the magnifying glass was on you, what would they call you? They would call you I don't know what they would call me, because I tell somebody, listen, my flesh is not a soul coach.
Gangsta mommy, y'all.
And my gifting is the soul coach, but honey,
and don't whoop nobody.
I'm gangsta mommy, don't whoop nobody. You stupid. Yeah, and when you say certain things, it sets a standard of behavior. Yeah. And that's true. But you know what I also thought? I voted to legalize. Oh, y'all had that on y'all thing? I didn't really know. Did we want to legalize? Starts about she voted to legalize marijuana.
New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey. Is New York legalized? Is marijuana legal in New York?
I don't know. I think though.
I don't know. Put that up there, Star. Let me know. You in New Jersey? That's right. You're laughing. I'm done with you. You say you need that peace of mind, don't you? But yeah, when and that I was about to say, when you say about the standard, when certain things, it sets a standard, that is absolutely right. But you know what else it does? It exposes. I don't know how many of you guys listen to my awakening poem, but what I realized, that 2020 awakening is, for so long they have been sweeping it under the rug. So this is what I was thinking about. Oh, medical. I got you. They got medical in New York that's legal, and they're doing medical legalizing. Definitely do. Oh, okay. All right. It is. I didn't know that. You find something out new every day. But what was I about to talk about? Do you remember what I was just about to say? I can't remember.
So you say medical marijuana, mine went somewhere else.
If mine went somewhere else, you lost your train of thought. But yeah, I was just talking about I was talking about the voting and then making your voice matters. I cannot remember where I was going though. But anyway, at the end of the day, what I realized is that until we begin to like really be responsible with our daily vote, sharing our perspective, really realizing that nobody is going to come and do a magic trick for us. We're really going to have to start igniting our abracadabras. It's really time for us to really start creating these businesses that we should be in. The behavior. I was talking about the behavior.
of people.
Oh, the behavior of people.
This
Oh, yes, I was
they're
talking about
not
the
hiding
behavior,
anymore.
or
They just-
that's what I was saying. Thank you, honey. Thank you. They're not hiding anymore. So this is what I said, sweeping it under the rug, right? That whole idea. I think when Donald Trump came in, even though he says condescending stuff. And when he came in, people started to become exposed for how they felt. But what I thought about was back in the day, my girlfriend was telling a story of how just recently her cousin in Virginia was parked and somebody rolled up beside her four white guys and was playing a song that had in all in it, and they were looking at her, and she was saying
any rap song.
I mean, it could have been, but she was saying that it was intimidating and made her feel nervous, right? And so what I said, and I got that. Totally understand. So she was saying that Trump is kind of giving the freedom for people to basically just be out with their racism. But then I started to think about the times that we were in when Paula Dean had to apologize for her in the closet racism and still go get pots. When you had the stories of the people who didn't play the music next to you. So you didn't get an alert that you were in danger. And then you drove off and they followed you. And the next thing they know, you were hanging somewhere. And so while it is scary that everybody is being bold with it, it also is revealing so that you're not like being, what is the word? Where somebody just infiltrates you out of nowhere, you don't see it coming. What is the word? Yeah, but it's blindsided, but it's kind of a word for war, you know? And so I think like anyway, they infiltrate you and you don't see them coming, and so now it's
Trojan horse.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get the idea of just you're not being prepared for
stole off on
right. And somebody stole off on you, right? And so we have been living in a world where they were still stolen off or stealing off on us left and right. We didn't see it coming. We wanted the best. We were hoping that, but we weren't sure. And so we were welcoming in people who didn't have the right intentions. And so, like you say, it becomes a color thing, but it's just a spirit thing. It is the energy in your spirit. And yes, I think a lot of them have dark spirits because they have the wrong intentions. That is their own agenda. And the agenda that everybody's serving is the one that got paid for in the beginning of the campaign. The reason why nobody likes Trump, where he's out of pocket on both ends, is because he came in rich. So he had no money in the game. So he don't answer to nobody. He do what he wants. So Republicans and Democrats are mad. But as the people that I am for 400 years waiting for reparations that we never got, I'm thinking Republicans or Democrats have yet to serve us as people. Either way. And so we have done it 44 times already, 45 now, and we're no closer to feeling like we've getting our reparations or getting back what we deserve. Nowhere closer to it. And so the real question is, it's all a distraction. That's why you got to do you. You got to show up for you. You got to become your magic. Because until you can figure out what is the thing that's going to allow you to buy the plate, to sit in the room, to share your perspective, to make sure that your vote does matter because you're voting into somebody's mind who are making decisions. How many people went and sat down with the mayor and said, listen, we got this problem. This is the issue. How many people had issues and really went and voiced them because their job is to work for your issues? And when they don't know it, nobody holds them accountable.
If they gave us African Americans, black people, Negroes, colors, Native Americans,
your husband on my thigh distracted me.
They said what?
Janice was like, when I was like, what did I say? She was like, your hand on my thigh was distracting me.
What was I saying? You gonna mess me up.
I'm sorry. If they gave
us reparations.
Okay, I'm gonna get to that after
we would take America out of debt.
Absolutely would.
We would. If they gave us reparations, we would put this country back at the top. We'll be rich. The country would be rich. Everybody would make so much money if they gave us reparations.
Yeah.
Now, if they give us some economic
what
training.
oh.
You know what you was doing in the economic training or something. They gave us some investing advice. Then
Yeah,
it wouldn't work. But they just go ahead and just give us the money now before people are educated what to do with money. We would
stimulate the economy because they doing test runs now. Like drop a stimulus and where they at? The mall down the block.
It'll be on steroids.
We got to think better. Where we got to.
All the houses will be bought. All the Gucci outfits will be bought. All the Jordans, Nike, all the jewelry, everything is gonna get bought if they just give us our money, man. We the key to the success. We are the key to the success.
And that's what's holding up their circulation because money. Until they pay us, they're always gonna be.
They make it right with
they're
God.
Gonna owe the world.
They gotta make it right with God.
Yep.
We God.
That's right.
Gotta make it right.
I'd agree with that one now. I agree with that one.
Telling you.
Now let's see what Star says. She says, I just cannot look past how he did the immigrants, separating them from their children and locking them in cages, exposing them babies to monsters, made them live in horrible conditions to tear families apart, even if they are legally and not just in this and it's disgusting. Yeah, that is the reason why I voted against him.
But he fired
that is what did it for him for me.
He
so
just said shut the borders down. They shut them down how they wanted to shut them down where they was at. He didn't tell them to do that. He fired them people.
But at the same time, I'm the soul coach, and so I can understand.
That was wild, crazy.
That the way he speaks,
man, that was crazy.
He doesn't know how to basically articulate. He's very petty, and so he comes off as very condescending. He don't know how to make the proper points. He got a idea to. He's a businessman, and that's just it. He's all about making. He came to make when he said make America great again, he means stop. They're not poor. Great to him is not poor. And so that comes off as racist depending on the statue of where you are, right? But when he says make America great again, he's talking about we owe the world. And why are we outsourcing everything and having illegal immigrants in where they're getting tax breaks? And so for the person like me who said you can't pay me $10, for somebody else they may be willing to take $10 so that because it gets them double. Don't use that example. So if you do different things, different ways that you can no ways?
Wages.
We're not talking about wages? No, but I'm saying you can still talk about how much you're giving because what happens is they don't want to. You don't want to pay somebody your worth when they can find somebody who's willing to take it for less. And then the margins of people feeling not validated because no, I'm not finna work for that. Because we live in America. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, but it's a struggle because they get the opportunity to do that.
That's sad.
You know? That's right. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's racist. I just don't think he is right. He's not equipped. He's not a politician. No. So I would. That's what I would say. I wouldn't call him a racist because I follow him. And Biden has been more racist than.
Problem is, we as black families don't trust one another.
Come on now, Janice. Yeah.
It's trust in
that is it.
People
Janice.
go in for self.
Come on now.
They still going in. You can say, well, we're gonna put this team together, we're gonna do this, but people are still going in it for self. They're not going in it as the intentions behind it. Like we can do this. We gonna come up.
Yeah.
We gonna eat. We gonna be good together. It's we gonna come together and I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna keep this. And that's what I think messes it up, man. It's crazy.
And I think what helps
it's enough for everybody.
It's treating it like a potluck. And the joy in the potluck is that everybody brings something, so the load is not on any one person, right? And so everybody decides what they're good at and they stick to it. and they bring it to the table. And then you get the feast, right? And so it became well, let me throw the party, or let me throw the party, or let her throw the party instead of us throwing the party. Why? Because then, so we got to learn to come together, like you're saying, and work together as the families, build together, support one another, right? Support the mouths that we know that we're feeding. We're quicker to go feed somebody else than the people that we know. We want to discount with the people that we know, but we'll go into the other Gucci store where it's out overpriced and pay top dollar and never ask them for a deal. We're okay with walking in the pride of that, but you make something prideful. You make something one of a kind. You make something where people turn their, head. So the same way we buy it and represent it, we can start doing that within ourselves, buying ourselves, representing ourselves, because we make it pop. And so we sit around and we make somebody else rich, and we okay with giving them top dollar and never ask them what makes your cotton different from their cotton. And we question each other. And another thing we do that's real bad is customer service. We have a little patience for customer service with one another. It's like, oh well, they were terrible. Well, why don't you help them? If you know something better, that's how you feed somebody. You say, honey, I know it's hard, because if you know something better, it's probably because you've been in business. And so you say, honey, I remember where you were. This is what I do. Try this out. Why don't we lift each other? Hold the door open. Don't complain about them. Say, listen, this is what you can do to help you out in your business. Instead of saying, I don't go black owned because
and then when people help you out, you help somebody else
and you help somebody else out. That's right. That's why when I got information, that's right. That's right.
People don't let you in. Now you got your nose up. That's crazy.
Yep. We have, what you say, Star? I mean, look at the energy of the world right now. They are worried about riots following the presidential election. What in the entire, yeah. And you know why? Because this is what I'm saying. We do not have emotional control. We are out of control emotionally right now in the world. And so, I mean, it's real important for us to really pay attention to the fact that the way we deal with our realities are the choices we make for our future. And so I'm urging people to, either way it goes, to have a sense of dignity, a sense of pride, because, honey, this is the world we got to live in, and we got to learn how to work together to stop fighting over every single thing. Everything we fight about, everything we argue about, everything we gotta just be. We just gotta stop it. We just gotta stop it. We gotta be super, super, super intentional about, like I said, our daily vote. How we are clocking into us. How we hiring ourselves. How we're spending that alone time. So that in the midst of the storm, you are like a bench and not a kite. That you're anchored and grounded. That you have a peace of mind, because you know no matter what happens, that you're gonna get through this. No matter what happens, we're gonna continue to press past whatever it is. Where are we at right now? We're watching this. I know you guys are watching it at home. It's like, ooh, we were all shocked. Even Trump was shocked, I believe, when he became president.
Oh, he won. Yeah.
Oh, he was shocked.
I went to bed like, yo, Hillary.
And that's what they get for trying to dog us out of our presidency. They got what they deserve. You see? They got exactly what they deserve. Because then they got him in there, and then they couldn't control him. Mm-hmm. And now they know what it is to really suffer when you're not being heard. And that's how we've been from presidency to presidency. Not being heard, suffering, in silence.
Donald Trump has pardoned more African-American males than the last 10 presidents combined in his first 4 years. Fun fact.
That did happen. We need to stop trying to solve every other community's problem and focus on our own. And that's it. I mean, and that's the bottom line. We have to. We have to stop focusing. But that's what the I Choose Me is all about, right? Because it's a self thing. Because if I do my work and you do your work, then what work is there to be done? And so all roads lead back to how you see yourself. What you know to be true because of your exposure, to be well-rounded. We suffer from presidents who aren't well-rounded because they haven't been exposed to the things that you've been exposed to. But how are you making your exposure count? Because we have been through so much.
We got to stop being bamboozled, man. People really got to do their research, man.
Yeah.
You got to like really get behind and see what these people are doing. Pay attention. They do it right in front of your face too. Just pay attention to what's going on. We're not paying attention. We're going on emotions. That's what we are. We're very emotional people. So that's what we go on, emotion. And they feed into that. They know we emotional. Yeah. So they put dangle stuff in your face and make you think one way when it really ain't what it is, man. They are the best of disguise and stuff. The best.
But that's why you have to get into those relationships with self. This is the isolation season. This is the butterfly effect. This is the season of the first being last and the last being first. This is the season of knowing that your vote does matter no matter which way it goes. That the fact that you showed up, you get to sit in that peace. To have peace means that the storm may be coming, but the fact that I know that I am my fullest self in it is peace. It is saying that my soul is more dense than this body that I'm holding. And so when stuff is swaying and stuff, I'm grounded. I'm anchored in that. And so we got to be anchored in self enough to not be worried about when we don't get the exact results in life outside of this. Because all roads going to lead back to I Choose Me, baby. And until we begin to choose ourselves and vote for us every day, the presidency ain't nothing if you ain't choosing you and voting for you yet. That's out there. And so once again, we want to show up for out there, but we got to show up for in here.
How do you do that?
Is you take the time. You take the time to deal with the things that you cannot change. You acceptance, right? You accept that it was necessary in order for you to be who you were called to be, because everything in life will be hindsight 2020, because you don't know where you're going. And so if you are trusting that the end was written before the beginning, and so that you have a destination in mind, that these are the things that you are equipped with in order to show up. And so in order to trust the preparation, in order to trust the yes. And what's the yes? The yes means that when I go to God, or when I go to get anything I want and somebody tells me yes, the next step after yes is me showing up in it. It's me going after it. It is permission to do so. And so until we take the yes, the permission to do so, and activate our works, our walking, right? And so faith is the yes, but the walk and the works is believing in the yes, believing in the faith, believing in the vision, believing in the you that you see yourself becoming, believing that your vote matters, believing that when you stop voting, you cease to exist. And so we got to be voting effortlessly every day for us.
They said we need to stop trying to solve every other community's problems and focus on our own.
Yes, honey, right. That's what we was. That's the bottom line. We had to say that.
Respect and integrity back into our communities, man. We lost it.
Let's take Janice is saying, let's take the old model. It takes a village to raise a child. So let's the village take care of the Black communities. That's it. But let me tell you something. We ain't got grandmas the way we used to. The Black community is everybody's out there chasing, everybody's keeping up with the Joneses. And so we have quantity over quality. I said God has got us isolated in this season because it is time out for quantity. And it is time for quality. We were overextending ourselves just to be seen when the only person that needs to be seen by you is you. Because then you begin to get qualified, quality-driven people in your life. You begin to get quality relationships. Because it doesn't matter if you got 10 friends and you can't call one. That is quantity over quality. And so that self-talk is saying, yes, I'm in search of quality. I am in search of this isolation. I'm in search of that what is going to take for me to see me. What is going to take for me to be me. And so we got to search within ourselves to become qualified because we see the quality that is instilled through those things that we've been through. We got to let it go. We did the topic yesterday, let go and let God. You got to let it go. You got to dance in the rain. You got to become anchored. You got to have a heavy soul body. That means this flesh cannot be knocked down. Why? Because it is grounded in my faith. My soul is heavy. My soul posture is erect. That's stronger than being limp. Am I right, baby? Right. I'm right. Derek says, register as independent people. Nobody, come on now, owns you. That's it. Because you got to decide, because sometimes they tripping. And when we continue just vote because that's what they said to do, then we're not doing our homework, right? And so we got to do our homework. We got to be willing to really, like you said, be independent. Take an independent look at everything. A personal look at everything. Not what he said, not what she said, but listen to perspective. Mm-hmm. And so how often are you in a room with somebody that you can probably change their vote by changing their perspective? And so we're yelling at the tree instead of dealing with the roots. The roots are that every day you walk in a room, you have the power to infect somebody. Stay tuned for Awaken to the Infection. That is you, the COVID tail. Oh my God. You have the power to infect somebody every time you walk into the room. And that's when your vote begins to matter. When you understand that those are the infections that lead into the presidential election. How you were speaking up for your disservices, your discrimination, you've been speaking up. You weren't quiet in the room. You made your voice matter whether they wanted to hear it or not. Because that's why God sent you, to drop it off. To plant a seed so that they may renew their mind because you showed up. And so if you think that your voice doesn't matter, you're wrong. Every time you choose your voice, you sway a vote. You want to know why they were swaying so many Democrats to come out? Because they used Trump's voice against him. They reminded him what he said. And that is what it is all about, that your voice is an infection in this world.
People don't like bullies. He's kind of bullyish.
And he's definitely a bully. You know? And so it's like, what is your voice infecting the world with? What are they saying about what you told them about you, so that they can understand why your vote matters or why they need to see from your eyes? Instead of complaining about what they don't understand, have a conversation so that they can understand what you mean, what you've been through. Remove the shame and get in your lane until we start raising our voices in these quiet times when there isn't an election. We won't worry about the heart space of somebody when they go to vote for the person that they worked in the office with for 20 years and don't know what they've been through. Why don't they know? We have been migrated for long enough for people to understand what we've been through or what we go through daily. And so we got to stop waiting for it to be a whole all-out, let's march about it conversation. How about when we over dinner at the office party, we talk about it conversation? How about when we sit in, what?
Can't do that.
You can't what?
Politics ain't no way.
No, I didn't say talk politics. I said talk experience.
Can't do that either.
You can talk experience. You're free to have your testimony at every given time.
It depends on how open-minded you are.
And that's what I'm explaining that right now. You said, how do we fix the problem?
Conscious you have to be conscious.
And that's how we fix the problem. To be conscious enough to share with somebody, not overbearing, not when it's time when there's a debate, because nobody is open in a debate. Just because it's Monday, oh man, you know what happened to my son today? What? Oh man, do you know? I'm talking about relationships. I relate through relationships. And we're dwelling in spaces that we have migrated in to give our voice and opinions, but we haven't related because we're not speaking truth in our relationships. We're afraid to say when somebody feels discriminated against. We're afraid to say, you know what, that scared me. Well, why did they scare me? Because I saw that on the TV. Oh, no, that ain't how it works. That's a conversation. That's voting for your voice to matter every day so that people can understand your position. So you won't be saying that you don't get me, but they should get you, because as long as they get to be in your presence, they should get what it is that you suffer in. And so when I say no more, sis, I'm not talking about women, queen, girl. I'm talking about no more suffering in silence. Women do it. Men do it. Kids do it. People do it. We suffer in silence every day. And when we do that, we lose the opportunity to infect somebody with our perspective. To infect them with the opportunity to walk a mile in our shoes. To see where we are coming from so that they can feel our heart space. Because we're not arguing about it. We're relating. You know? We're having real conversations. Derek says, register as an independent people, no political party. Oh, they have been playing us for over 50 years. That's what I'm saying. Because when I just said it, I said, well, I mean, honestly, what have they done for us ever? They told you Democrat is for you. No, they're not. They're not for us. Nobody can understand us unless they are our neighbor. If you're voting for somebody to understand your perspective, you got to be voting for your neighbor. And not a party who has never been in where you were.
Make up our own party. We had a Black Panther party. They locked everybody up. Killed them and locked them up.
Vivian says, truth is the whole system is built to drain us. Come on now. Financially and in many ways that they say benefit us, but they really don't. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. And that's what I'm saying. Vote for you. Because at the end of the day, that's a distraction for us to be arguing about what they have already decided. They're proving to us time and time that they have decided already. And they rile us up. They get us excited. And we go another year, another term of nobody remembering us. So, I mean, everybody has their own agenda, and it just seems that until you make yourself your agenda, nobody's going to hear you, see you, or care. Nobody's going to hear you, see you, or care. And so we got to be our agenda. We got to be our agenda. Vivian said, doesn't matter which side you choose, because the truth is there is no side that truly benefits us. I'm the period.
Not no side.
Not no side. Not no side. And so it's like we're arguing to be heard, seen, validated. But all roads lead to you validating yourself. We shout Black Lives Matter. But they already know that, because we laugh about this because I tell you, when God get busy, he be going. And I said, when I think about it, they know your life matters. You know why they know that your life? They know your life matters because they stole a whole people. And I've never saw anybody say I've been robbed and oh my God, they took the garbage.
What's the more say?
They take the TVs, they take the computer, they take the things of value. And so they knew that your life matters. So they took you to build a whole world for them. And they distract you with the incidents of police brutality or them getting away scot-free so that you can yell out, my life matters. But it's not in your DNA, it's in your CNA. And because if they can get you to believe with your sight that you're less than, then you'll be distracted and not take your power to then work in who you are. Because every time we go to work for them, we get crumbs.
What happens is
off the table.
We're fighting to be great, and we just got to just be great. Just be.
You're fighting to be your I am that you were born to be. And so, yes, come on now. So they know that your life matters. They took you to build a world because they know that your life matters.
We can click this thing off.
And so they want you to believe they don't think your life matters.
This whole thing
so that you can continue to be distracted, wasting time marching. But you ain't got to march about your life. You need to get in action by showing up, by hiring yourself for 40 hours a week so that you can get in alignment for your assignment, so that you can be the king and queen you were called to be, so that they will respect that your life matters because you are making the decisions. Because money buys a seat to the table. And we make all the money. And they're in your pockets every time you go to live their dream. And so it's okay to put it out there, but you got to decide what part of the fight you're on. And if you're fighting for equality, then it starts with us being fair with one another. It starts with us sowing into one another. It starts with us transferring our money within each other so that they can then see the value that you already know. But if I get you to believe that I think you don't have value, you'll keep on surrendering to me unconsciously, proving something that I already know. I knew before you knew. And if I can continue to get you to forget that, then I can continue to get you to further my dreams and my aspirations and give you crumbs on the 100% that you're bringing. And so we got to start to realize that it starts with us working on self. And it ain't just black or white. It's self talking about wealth, because everybody has the ability and access to get wealth. That we should all be living in paradise on gold floors. That it shouldn't be a separation of class. And so if we're spending 40 hours a week in somebody else's dream, then our life should look like that. And if my life don't look like I'm spending 40 hours a week in somebody else's dream, then I'm going to hire my damn self so that I can get the light that they're getting. Because I showed up for 20 years, 40 hours a week, they're $1 million company. Because I was their momentum. I was their spark. I was their magic. And so if I'm tired of being somebody else's magic, then I'm a damn well hire myself so I can light up my own life. So I can get 10%. Because God said, give the church 10%. Oh my God, he said, you the church. Time is money. Because you don't get money without spending some kind of time. Whether it was an investment that you made 10 years ago, whether it was you clocking into work every day for 40 hours. You got to show up to get a return. And so God said that I already gave you everything you need. The question is, are you going to show up for your return? And that's the season we're in. Recognizing the treasure that lies within. And so until we start voting for the God body, that God piece, that soul piece that we have, that is going to build the kingdoms that we deserve to be in, stop being distracted by what everybody else is doing and be distracted by what God called you to be. By choosing you, by showing up, by making your vote count. I don't care what tomorrow brings. I want you to know that you still have a vote that matters, because I don't care who is looking, because it doesn't, whether you're Democrat, whether you're Republican, understand. Your soul matters. Find peace, and whatever the answer is, control your emotional state of mind. Be willing to do whatever work you got to do for you to make sure your life works. Don't give up if it doesn't work out for either party. And don't cause confusion in this world. We have enough darkness. I pledge, I ask you to find that light within. Be intentional about bringing joy tomorrow. Be intentional about sending peace. Be intentional about sitting in love. That is your responsibility. No matter what, somebody is going to take a loss. Be a good winner. Be a gracious winner. And be a gracious loser. Seriously. The peace that we need starts within ourselves. Be intentional about your peace. Be intentional about what you're infecting the world with. Be intentional about who you are. I love you guys. You have been tuned in to the Become Your Magic Power Hour. We are normally live every Monday through Friday from 12 to 1 p.m. Oh, we can't go. I got to do a card, honey. We got to pick a card. Hold on. Let's pick our I am card. I almost forgot. We have to pick our I am for the day. Every show, we got these special cards. Here, come on, honey. You're going to pick the card. We're going to lean this down so you can know that the card is literally shuffle. So these are the ABCs of how special I am. If you are interested, let me put the banner so they can know where to go. If you are interested in sowing a seed or buying the game of the ABCs of how special I am, that will give you an I am for every single day of the week so that you can have the right idea on your mind, the right positive affirmation. They come with the definitions to every word. Oops, wrong one. The definitions come with every word. Do. And so right now, God, we ask that everybody that's listening, that you would create an I am that will bring peace in tomorrow, in the answer, in the verdict. We are sitting in the waiting room right now, and the verdict is about to be in. And so I ask that you would give us peace, that you would give us understanding, that you would give us an I am that would lead us into the next season of our life right now. God, whatever card that you pick, this is the I am that we receive right now. So what is it? I am gifted. You are gifted. You are blessed. You are highly favored. You are intentional, and your vote matters. And to be a gift is to be present. And so when God says that I am gifted, he says that you are present. And in the present time, I want you to show up in the I am that makes you amazing. I want you to show up in the I am that makes you a gift. I want you to be present tomorrow, no matter what life looks like. And I want you to be the gift that I called you to be. I want you to recognize that it is a relay race and somebody is relying on you to turn your heartbeat into a soul beat in order to leave your soul print. Because the fingerprint, it tells us what we got wrong in this world, but the soul print, it tells us what we got right. And what God got right is you. And so I urge you to understand that you are gifted. Please make sure that you put I am gifted in the comment before you leave here. And make sure that you remember that the soul is something special and it holds the most weight in us. And so we need to become anchored in our soul so that we can control our emotions from day to day. You know that you matter. You know that you are a gift. And you know that this is the Become Your Magic Power Hour. And you have been sitting with me, the Queen of Soul Stirring Inspiration, Miss Precious Paulette. I am gifted. Yes, I am gifted. Come on now. Come on now. Fight. Let me see what last minute comments I was missing. Let's get your comments in before we leave. Oh, we had a couple of comments, huh?
Oh, shout out to my
we got a couple of comments. Hold on.
I lost a friend over the week. Last weekend.
Oh, I like that. Vivian says taxes and credit still have made us slaves until we learn better. You want to send love to who? Somebody you lost over the week. Kim Davis. Shout out to her family. Lost unexpectedly. That is always a tragic. Thank God that it wasn't Corona. So it wasn't Corona related, but still a loss nonetheless. So we want to
Great
shout
sister.
out her
Great
family at
soul.
this time.
Yes,
And working to make other people rich. That's right. Vivian was on that. Look, I was on. I no longer accept
man, y'all better
equality
listen to Damon Dash.
from an evil, murderous people. Come on now. It's true. How can we trust? How can we trust? Business is business, and even if you invented their business, you as a worker will not get recognition. They have fired loyal people, leaving them with nothing, and that's because we often sell ourselves. We often are willing to give ourselves away because we just was going for the money. But legacy is business. It's creating a continual residual income, right? And so the idea is to withstand it. I mean, you go from struggling to making millions of dollars, and it's like, no, I just want a whole 100 million at the same time. No, build it, grow it, nurture it, make it a legacy. Teach your family. That's what they did. Pass it down. You can't pass down your job, honey, but you can pass down a business. And so you have a right to teach them your ways. And so we got to think about it like that. That's so right, Vivian. Fight, fight, fight. Just kidding. Yes, I am gifted. I am present. Come on now. I'm gifted. I am gifted. Here I am. I am a gifted soul. Come on now. I am gifted. You are too with your generous spirit. Thank you, love. Thank you. Thank you. And so, as I said, thank you for tuning in with us. Thank you for sharing this Tuesday night. I know you're going to keep on watching. We got it over there on the TV. I just want you to know that you can never turn on anybody else's light. But you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So it is your responsibility to stay lit in this world so somebody can find their way out of the darkness. You are the light that somebody is waiting for. Please, please, please go be lit. If you are looking for anything, go to preciouspaulin.com. Get 365 days of loving yourself to life, an amazing guide to you helping you find your switch. Get precious thoughts from the soul, poetry that will, when I say rock the spirit of you into your beginning, middle, and end. There is always a full story, and they are all original poems from myself. There is a children's book, How Special Are You? Well, you're one of a kind, that will change the life of every child that reads it. I get amazing reviews. Please, please, please go and change and renew those minds by being intentional with the seeds of thought that are planted. I'm intentional every day. Get the game, How Special I Am. There are programs. And if you like what I'm wearing today, the Vote Because We Can't shirt, which are pictures of so many lives that was lost through police brutality. Today only, there are only 8 of these left. If you're interested, cash at $25 and it will be free shipping. On sale, it was $34. So you will save $25. You could pick your color and I will have them made and shipped out by tomorrow. If you order tonight, Cash App $25 or PayPal Precious P Words at AOL.com, and you can have your very own Vote Because We Can't. I love, love, love you. See you guys tomorrow at 12 o'clock. I'll be back at 12 tomorrow, right here for the Become Your Magic Power Hour. Remember to ignite those abracadabra moments that lead you to the thing that makes you so amazing. I love you, and I'll see you guys later. Remember, your vote matters. Bye-bye.